I leave, I move for your face. All the while I'm on the sea, no they show for my face.
Every day begins with a need to move with purpose, to shop without stress, to send without fear, to pay without delay. For every rider chasing time, for every home that needs restocking, for every voice that needs connection, for every dream that needs delivery. Now, one app brings it all together.
Supercab, move smart, ride safe, supermarket, groceries, gadgets, everything. Supercash, airtime, bills, transfers, done. Super logistics, fast, secure, right to your door.
It's more than an app. It's your movement, your market, your money, your connection, all in one place. Supergo, one app for services endless. Download Supergo today. Live free, live fast, live smart.
No time to shop, no stress. With Supergo, your groceries comes to you. Partner with trusted vendors, verified stores, no delay, no excuses, just values. Supergo Supermarket, your market now in your hands. With Supergo, your ride is comfortable, easy and convenient. Supergo is more than an app. It's a movement, moving people, powering threats, delivering value.
Good evening and welcome to the broadcast of News at 9 on Som TV. This broadcast is coming live from the city of Jalingo, Taraba State. Follow the pulse of the nation on Facebook at Som TV and watch the live stream on YouTube at Som TV Live. Now the major headlines. On national news, Sanwo-Olu orders demolition of fire-ravaged GNI building. Yilwada welcomes Plateau governor to APC. NNPP dissolves Kano executive. On international news, Ukraine orders evacuation of 3,000 children from 2 frontline regions. Business news, banks' bad loans spike after CBN withdraws forbearance. On entertainment news, Lai Wasabi praises Davido as most supportive friend. Lastly, on sport news, EPL, Chelsea have lost a good manager in Maresca, says Guardiola. I am Moses Peter, and now the news in full. The governor of Taraba State, Agbu Kefas, has called on Christians to remain united and committed to peace as the new year unfolds. The governor made the call while attending to the New Year combined service organized by the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Taraba State chapter in Jalingo. Our correspondent reports. The New Year combined service of the Christian Association of Nigeria brought together Christian leaders, worshippers, and government officials at the CAN Secretariat in Jalingo to thank God for his mercy and guidance. The service themed God's Mercy also served as a moment of reflection and renewed hope for the state as it steps into 2026. Addressing the congregation, Governor Agukefas described God's mercy as the sustaining force that has carried Taraba State into the new year despite challenges.
We thank God for the journey so far from 2025 to 2026. If it is not of the mercy of the Lord, we would have been consumed. And that is why this theme, God's mercy, is divine and is timely.
The governor urged the Christian community to continue supporting the leadership of CAN in promoting unity within the body of Christ, noting that a united church contributes significantly to peace and development in society. Governor Kefas also acknowledged that his emergence as governor is by God's grace, pledging to give his best in the service of the people of the state.
Just as we have read in Psalm 133, how beautiful, how pleasant. And I know that all of us that are gathered here are not the only Christians in Taraba State. So we need to do more. We need to support the CAN leadership so that we'll be having this kind of communion together as the body of Christ, irrespective of various churches.
The governor further emphasized the importance of peaceful coexistence, tolerance, and forgiveness among citizens, urging residents to embrace these values as the foundation for progress in the new year. Prayers were offered for the governor, the state government, and the people of Taraba, asking for peace, wisdom, and prosperity in 2026. The New Year combined service marks CAN's first major gathering for the year, setting a spiritual tone for unity and peace in Taraba State. At its final meeting for 2025, the Gombe State Executive Council, chaired by Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya, approved key projects spanning education, infrastructure, transportation, and economic development. The 51st and concluding council session was held at the Government House in Gombe. Some TV correspondent Kamal Hamaju reports.
Addressing journalists after the meeting, the Commissioner for Information and Culture, Honorable Mijinyawa Argotilde, said the Council deliberated on and approved several memoranda presented by the Ministries of Education, Works, Housing and Transport, as well as Finance and Economic Development. In the education sector, the Commissioner for Education, Honorable Aisha Tumaigari, announced the approval of more than 661 million naira for the payment of Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination (SSCE) for 23,873 students across Gombe State.
Out of the 23,873%, which is 88% of the candidates who sat for the mock exams, 21,909 are indigents of Gombe State. And in his magnanimity, His Excellency also pays every year for the exchange students. So this year we have 183 exchange students from the 18 other northern states. And being an inclusive government, we pay for the students with special needs. They don't even have to take the mock examination. So this year we have 53 students with special needs. The total sum of the payment is 661,557,121 naira only.
On infrastructure, the Commissioner for Works, Housing and Transport, Majama Kallamu, reveals that the Council approved the construction of 6.3 kilometers of roads within Tumfur area.
This airport was constructed in 2005 and was commissioned in 2008. Since then, there is no any major overhauling or maintenance that has been carried out in the airport. And look at the number of years. Council now decided to upgrade it, at least renovate some facilities, and then construct new facilities.
He added that approvals were also granted for road works and related facilities at the Qatar Foundation site along the southern bypass. The construction of Gombe Geographical Information System (GOGIS) area office and the rehabilitation and upgrading of the Gombe International Airport, Lawanti, to international standards. On financial approval, the Commissioner for Finance and Economic Development, Muhammad Gambo Magaji, disclosed that over 322 million naira were approved as compensation for property owners affected by ongoing road project. Disclosed that over 322 million naira were approved as compensation for property owners affected by ongoing road project. He further stated that an additional 140.8 million naira was approved as compassionate compensation for landowners at Joro Abare, where an international livestock and grains market is being developed.
The 6 states have agreed to contribute the sum of 5 billion naira each, totaling 30 billion, for the purchase of 2 aircrafts that will be utilized for the Northeast Shuttle. There were 2 decisions: either you borrow $20 million to buy, or you all pay 5 billion naira each. And the 6 governors have agreed to contribute to that sum. And so Gombe's 5 billion has been approved, and we are going to make sure that we make that payment today.
The approvals represent the final policy resolution of the Gombe State Executive Council for 2025, underscoring the Inwaya administration's resolve to strengthen education, expand infrastructure, and drive economic development across the state. From Gombe, Kamal Hamajo, Sum TV News.
Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang has officially defected to the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC). The move was announced on Friday by the APC National Chairman Netawe Yilwada, who welcomed Mutfwang into the party and described his decision as a boost to the APC's political strength. Yilwada said Mutfwang's registration with the party represents a shared commitment to development, peace and prosperity in Plateau State and across Nigeria. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has ordered the demolition of the fire-ravaged Great Nigeria Insurance GNI building on Lagos Island. The structure was gutted by a major fire on December 24, 2025, and officials say the area remains unsafe for residents and businesses. Sanwo-Olu confirmed that 8 people died in the blaze and 13 were rescued, and he extended condolences to families of the victims. Only emergency workers are being allowed near the site as teams continue to walk through the debris to ensure no one is still trapped. An information center has been established with agencies including LASEMA, NEMA, and LASBCA to support the public and provide updates. Authorities noted that unsafe practices such as improper generator use and structures built too close to power transformers worsen the fire's impact. Following a structural assessment, the damaged GNI building and some surrounding structures will be demolished using the safest possible methods to protect lives and prevent further risks. Sanwo-Olu stressed that safety remains the government's top priority as the recovery process continues. The Osun State Police Command has warned politicians not to disrupt the resumption of local government workers who returned to work following a court order. This came after a period of tension triggered by controversies over LG autonomy and workers' salaries. Police spokesperson stressed that security operatives would maintain law and order to ensure the lawful resumption continues without interference. They also urged politicians and their supporters to respect the rule of law and avoid actions that could lead to unrest or clashes. The warning follows efforts by the state government and judicial directives for LG workers to resume duties despite pushback from some political actors opposed to certain administrative changes. Authorities emphasized that any attempt to intimidate staff or prevent them from working would be dealt with firmly under the law. The Gombe State government has given 14 million naira to the families of 7 journalists who died in a fatal road accident in the state. Each family received 2 million naira to help with burial and related expenses after the journalists were killed while returning from a colleague's wedding in Kaltungo local government area earlier this week. At a presentation event in Gombe, the secretary to the state government, Professor Abubakar Njodi, described the loss as enormous and expressed the government's sympathy, saying the support was meant to assist the bereaved families during the difficult time. The Nigeria Union of Journalists, NUJ, also thanked the state government for its support and noted the need for better welfare and insurance coverage for journalists to protect them from such tragedies in future. Anambra State Governor Chukwuma Soludo has reiterated that education remains a priority for his administration. Speaking to schools in the state, Soludo emphasized the government's commitment to improving the quality of education and ensuring better learning conditions across public schools. He has previously highlighted investment in recruitment of teachers, expansion of school infrastructure, and free education policies as key parts of these efforts, noting that these moves are aimed at strengthening the education system and giving children in the state better opportunities to succeed. In recent related developments, the state plans to build 30 new schools in underserved communities to broaden access to education. Soludo's 2026 budget signed into law allocates significant funds to education alongside other social programs. The governor has also promoted teacher appreciation and underscored their vital role in shaping the state's educational future. The Ogun State Police have arraigned the driver involved in the fatal car crash linked to world heavyweight boxer Anthony Joshua before a magistrate court in Shagamu. The driver, Adeni Mobolaji Kayode, 46, was charged after the Lexus SUV he was driving collided with a stationary truck on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, killing 2 of Joshua's associates in the December 29, 2025 accident. Joshua and the driver sustained minor injuries and were hospitalized. The police confirmed the arraignment came after investigations and the case has been adjourned to January 2026 for further proceedings. The Kebbi State Police Command has arrested 3 suspected vehicle and motorcycle snatchers during separate operations aimed at reducing car theft and related crimes in the state. The arrests were made on December 28 and 29, 2025 through routine patrols and intelligence-led policing. The police also recovered a stolen car and a motorcycle from the suspects, and they have been taken into custody for further investigation and possible prosecution. In Ekiti State, the governor, His Excellency Biodun Oyebanji, says President Bola Tinubu's policies are already yielding dividends and urged residents to support the federal government's ongoing efforts and reforms. Oyebanji made the remarks as he appealed for prayers and backing from the people of Ekiti, saying Tinubu's economic policies are helping to rebalance the economy and stabilize key sectors. He also called for peaceful conduct ahead of the June governorship election, emphasizing that development and governance should continue without disruption, and credited the president for support to the state that has improved conditions for local residents. Moving on to Kano, the new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, has dissolved its entire executive structure in the state, including the state's local government and ward executives. This decision was taken by the party's National Working Committee at an emergency meeting and is said to be in line with the party's constitution. Caretaker committees are expected to be appointed soon to oversee party affairs in the interim. The move comes amid ongoing internal political tensions in the NMPP in Kano, especially related to speculation that Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf may defect to the All Progressive Congress, APC, a development that has unsettled party leadership. Bayelsa State has welcomed a new Commissioner of Police, CP Daniel Inyama, who has taken over leadership of the Bayelsa Police Command. He replaces Francis Idu, who was promoted to Assistant Inspector General of Police. CP Inyama was introduced to officers and officials with a commitment to strengthen security in the state. The new commissioner highlighted his awareness of local security challenges, including the state's vast waterways, oil and gas infrastructure, and youthful population, and said he plans to implement strategies to enhance safety for lives and property in Bayelsa. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has sworn in 5 new special advisors at the government house in Port Harcourt, urging them to work together as a team and stay committed to his administration's goals. The appointees, Eluka Tassin Amadi, Professor Peter Mendy, Emmanuel Frank Fubara, Victor Ekaru, and Dalitin Oji, were chosen because they are familiar with the government's vision and have previously worked with the governor. Fubara told them that their roles are not ceremonial but critical for strengthening governance, ensuring effective service delivery, and helping the state recover lost ground as his administration continues to pursue people-centered government. The President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, has directed his lawyers to withdraw all ongoing defamation lawsuits he instituted against several individuals, saying he was deeply moved by a sermon delivered during a New Year Mass. Akpabio made the announcement on Thursday at the Sacred Heart Parish in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, where he attended the church service to mark the start of the year. According to him, a homily by the parish priest prompting reflection on peace and forgiveness struck a personal chord. The Senate President's legal actions included several high-profile defamation suits filed in 2025, among them a 200 billion naira case against fellow lawmaker Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan over allegations of sexual harassment, claims Akpabio has consistently denied and challenged in court. A faction of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, led by National Chairman Nafiu Gombe, has rejected former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi's reported defection and membership registration at the party's Enugu Zonal office, saying it violated the party's constitution and membership procedures. The group, which claims to be the authentic leadership of the ADC, said only ward-level registration is valid under party rules and described the Enugu exercise as irregular and invalid. It has distanced the party from the registration, launched an internal probe, and urged the public to disregard alternative registration claims. The clarification came after Obi's high-profile announcement of his defection, which had drawn reactions from different political camps. Aviation Minister Kenyamo accused the ADC of refusing to clearly zone its presidential ticket because, according to him, the party belongs to Atiku Abubakar, likening its situation to the PDP's pre-2023 crisis over zoning. He warned that lack of clear zoning hurts national unity and further alleged that Atiku is trying to camouflage with Peter Obi to harvest Obi votes, claiming Obi supports this for a possible vice presidential slot and calling Obi's supporters naive. ADC spokesperson Bolaji Abdullahi dismissed Kenyamo's view of zoning as wrong, recalling that some APC leaders once rejected zoning as a PDP thing and noting that APC presidential primaries had historically been open to all regions. He accused the APC of damaging national cohesion with its Muslim ticket, argued that ADC is building a winning coalition with nothing yet settled on zoning, and insisted the party is not built around any single individual. We are now going on a short commercial break. When we come back, the news continues. Don't touch the dial. Stay tuned.
Every day begins with a need to move with purpose, to shop without stress, to send without fear, to pay without delay. For every rider chasing time, for every home that needs restocking, for every voice that needs connection, for every dream that needs delivery. Now, one app brings it all together.
Supercab, move smart, ride safe, supermarket, groceries, gadgets, everything. Supercash, airtime, bills, transfers, done. Super logistics, fast, secure, right to your door.
It's more than an app. It's your movement, your market, your money, your connection, all in one place. Supergo, one app for services endless. Download Supergo today. Live free, live fast, live smart.
No time to shop, no stress. With Supergo, your groceries comes to you. Partner with trusted vendors, verified stores, no delay, no excuses. Just values. Supergo Supermarket, your market now in your hands. With Supergo, your ride is comfortable, easy, and convenient. Supergo is more than an app. It's a movement. Moving people, powering threats, delivering value.
Africa, a land of roots, rhythm, and resilience.
Where every thread of the fabric tells a story.
Every beat of the drum echoes heritage.
And every voice carries the soul of generation.
We are Africa. Bold, beautiful, and timeless. At Sun TV, we don't just tell African stories.
We celebrate it in every color, sound, and tradition.
From the past that shaped us
to the future we proudly define.
Sun TV, Africa, seen, heard, celebrated. Sun TV, calls up.
Welcome back. We are glad you're still there with us. Now on to international news. Ukraine's government has ordered the evacuation of more than 3,000 children and their parents from frontline areas in the country. The move affects 44 settlements in the Zaporizhia and Dnipropetrovsk regions, where intensified fighting and security risks have made life dangerous for civilians. The evacuation is being carried out under a mandatory directive due to the deteriorating security situation near the Russian-Ukrainian front lines. Authorities say the measure is necessary to protect children and families from escalating hostilities. Officials have emphasized that relocated families will receive support as they move to safer areas, and this evacuation is part of larger ongoing efforts to protect civilians from conflict-related harm in eastern and southeastern Ukraine. On business news, Nigeria's banking sector saw a significant rise in bad loans in 2025 after the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, ended its COVID-19 regulatory forbearance measures. According to the CBN's latest macroeconomic outlook, the non-performing loans NPL ratio climbed to about 7%, exceeding the prudential limit of 5%, as previously restructured loans now count as impaired following the withdrawal of temporary relief. The central bank stressed that the overall financial system remained broadly stable, supported by strong liquidity, average 65% above the minimum 30%, and capital adequacy 16.6% above the 10% threshold. CBN also highlighted ongoing recapitalization efforts and strengthening regulatory oversight as measures to boost resilience, though it warned that persistent high bad loan levels could pose risks if not managed. On entertainment news, content creator and skit maker Lai Wasabi has praised Davido as his most supportive friend, highlighting the encouragement and backing the music star and his family have given him throughout his career, even before he became famous. Lai made the remarks in a recent interview with media personality Chude Gideonwo, expressing gratitude to Davido and the Adeleke family for their consistent support and motivation. He also specifically mentioned Tunji Adeleke, describing him and his family as close friends who have always been there for him. Nollywood actress Folorunsho Adeola honored her late colleague Allwell Ademola at her 40th birthday party. During the celebration, Adeola paused the festivities to hold a moment of silence in memory of Ademola, who died on December 27 after suffering a heart attack. Guests at the event stood respectfully as the tribute was held. On her Instagram page, Adeola wrote a heartfelt message praising Ademola's kindness, generosity, and support, especially noting how the late actress helped her early in her career. She described how Ademola's positive impact and memories will continue to live on despite her passing. Lastly, on sport news, Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola says Chelsea FC have lost a good manager in Enzo Maresca after the Italian coach departure from the Lagos club. Guardiola described Maresca as an incredible manager and person while speaking ahead of City's upcoming match against Chelsea, reflecting positively on Maresca's abilities despite his short term at Stamford Bridge. Maresca was recently sacked by Chelsea after mixed results, and as a result of Chelsea's under-21 coach Callum McFarlane will take temporary charge of the first team for their next game. Guardiola also reaffirmed his commitment to Manchester City, saying he is happy with his current club, despite rumors linking Maresca as a potential successor at City. That's all for now. Follow us on Facebook at SomTV and subscribe to our YouTube channel at SomTV Live for more breaking news and in-depth analysis. I am Moses Peter. Until next time, stay informed, stay vigilant, and keep watching SomTV.